Major is probably the best party producers in Melbourne back in the day, because they went that extra yard to just decor the whole place out and make it different every time. Crazy things like a Volkswagen Beetle covered in like glass and stuff, and like a round ping pong table, you know, things like that. It's added extra. I mean, like, you don't expect that stuff, but when you see it and you're on drugs, and it's, yeah.
Really raw feel came from that warehouse rave feel that UK was kind of all about, came from the Docklands, and I guess when that kind of went away, you know, at the end of 2000, that really was a big turning point and a big changing point for the scene. And that venue itself, I guess in that time, really is what put Melbourne on the map, like internationally, because like there was DJs all of a sudden, big DJs like Carl Cox and Sven Vath and Lauren Garnier and Richie Horton and all those types of people coming to Australia and playing at this crazy location, like on the water, views of the city. There was no development down there kind of at all at that stage, and there was just some magical events going on that were just amazing. And that, I think that you talk to a lot of ravers now about what the scene was to them, and a lot of them will say it was like that Shed 14 kind of era. Nothing has come close to that.
It was just different back in the day because of the fact that, you know, nothing else was like that in Melbourne, and so people just wanted to go and do something different.
And then I went downstairs because I heard the techno music going, oh yeah, and all these people were going off, and I was like, couldn't figure it out, but it was definitely different. And I was like, okay, and I just accepted it for that. And then it was only when I went to Excessive that I realised these guys are doing something different, and I went, hey, I'd like to do that.
I first saw the Shuffle in about 96, 97, when I was hitting a lot of clubs, and a lot of guys did it, and it was a really interesting dance, but I wasn't into it. I was more an R&B boy, and that's where the girls were at. And so that's where I was at. I was a young fella, and then as I got more into my dancing and not going out to score or get pissed and throw up, actually go out and have a good time and socialise, I started to get into the dancing. And in about 2001, it went from being a real simple two-step to lots of guys throwing in lots of things, lots of innovations, skateboarders using the hat in a weird way, snowboarders learning how to spin on an axis, just all these different guys from all these different extreme sports came in and just started throwing up crap. And so all of a sudden I got interested in it.
When I first started, it was difficult to dance in front of heaps of people. I thought they were all looking and like bagging me and stuff, but now you just don't care. You dance in front of anyone and just do whatever you want.
I started dancing back when I was about 17, getting into the shuffle because I saw some guy do it for the first time in a club. And it just looked really cool, and I'm like, look, one day I want to do that. So I started going home and put on a bit of beach ball, people, get ready to flow, and I started, you know, busting my moves and shit. And yeah, you know, 3 years later, rocking it still.
10 years ago, 15 years ago, when I first started working in nightclubs as a bouncer, you'd mainly just see girls on the dance floor, not many guys. That's turned around now. You can't keep the guys off.
Shuffling is definitely a majority of men, but I say to the women now, get out there and give it to them, because, you know, we're just as good as what they are. You know, everybody's equal in the rave scene.
First time you'd ever catch me on a dance floor, like, it was just the ultimate feeling, because I'd never go near a dance floor. I get on and suddenly this fucking Russian feeling, you're just rocking it up, you're like, alright, don't care what everyone's looking at you, you're just like, yeah, fucking let's rock.
The concept of the shuffle, or the ability to do the double timing, or to hit the beat on the hat as well as the bass drum, and to use your body weight shifting forward or backwards or left and right to guide where your feet are going to go. And when you start to get in that level, then you're free. It's a bit like a DJ finally getting able to get his records in. He can then start trying to use his mixer properly, you know, to its fullest effect. And it's like that with the shuffle dance. It frees you right up. And the more you learn about your body during the dance and the way you move and how it affects your dancing, the better you get.
first saw the shuffle at the God Easter party, and I didn't really know what was going on. I just saw this great style of dance, and I'm like, wow, what's that? And I just wanted to try it. So I started off not very good, just I didn't know what I was doing, and then over time went to other parties, got better, and I do more of like the Running Man kind of style.
Saw the Melbourne Shuffle for the first time at the Greenwood Hotel in North Sydney, and I remember thinking at the time, what is this? What are these people doing? It looked really interesting though, and I thought to myself, it must be a private dance company or something, because there were about 4 or 5 people just on the dance floor, and people were just in a big circle watching them. I thought, oh, you know, they must be professionals. But then I started to see it more and more. And I asked somebody about it, and they said, that's the Melbourne Shuffle. And I said, well, what is it doing in Sydney? And they told me that it's actually known around the world.
Well, the same reason fucking everyone's out here in the middle of the bush this morning. Fucking have a look at them. It's like, it's got their own thing happening. All they're trying to do is just get away from all the fuckheads in the world and come and enjoy themselves. And that's produced something original, which has come through Australia in the sense that everyone knows fucking Melbourne rocks the show. And when you look at it from an international point of view, it's simple in the sense that Australia's now to the stage where fucking we should be taking a bit of pride in it. It's as simple as that.
People have just got to accept that there is a dance community, and then there is a drug community, and